Hey, Shalom. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Okay, double honor to the apostles, a great millstone, and honor to you brothers to be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So, yesterday we had the United States, the US, pretty much saying that they want 11, was it 7 of their 11 aircraft carriers out there on patrol. Well, today you got a similar sort of thing popping off. So today's the 8th of November. All right. No, we ain't the month for war, but really you're seeing war and war prep being put together. Okay, that is to say, different objectives are being met that are leading and are part of the process of World War III. You know, the scripture talks about these things, man. You know, I read Joel the 3rd chapter yesterday. Let's go to another scripture where it talks about of a similar sort of thing, because you got some people out there that got their own mentality of in the Bible days. Well, this is the Bible days. What are you talking about? Okay, all days are Bible days. Okay, when the Assyrians rose up, those were Bible days. When the Babylonians rose up, those were Bible days. Okay, when the Greeks rose up, those were Bible days. The Media Persians, those are all biblical things, man. Okay, and you know about what's the thing called prophecy. Well, all of these things that are happening within the earth, right up until the kingdom was set up, they're all prophesied within the scriptures. Okay, the Bible prophesies of these things because why? Because the scripture says that the Lord tells us these things before they come to pass, man. Okay, right? He said that he was going to declare all of these things before they come to pass, all right? Because that's how he was going to do his thing, man. That's how you really know that you ain't got no what's called freedom to do whatever you want to do. I was looking for the scripture. Whoa. I think it might be in the book of Revelations, the 7th chapter. How does the scripture go again? Behold, and then there's woe in there. So excuse me, I'm doing this on the fly, on the lunchtime break and that. Okay, oh, here we go. So Revelations 11 and 14. So let's read this. It says, behold, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, so that this thing is coming fast, man. Okay, you're seeing it. You're seeing the resurgence of what was called the USSR. Okay, and they're having allegiance with countries like Saudi Arabia, and those are big plays within the grand scheme of geopolitics, because you're seeing a major ally for oil resources to the United States, also to an ally within the so-called petrodollar jumping ship, man. Okay, so that's what we know as a swing, a shift, right? An economic shift to the east. And whenever you have an economic shift, or rather more, when you have a hegemony or a power construct, okay, that is centralized about somewhere, and you have all of these rebel encampments that are subordinate to them, and they start collecting together, that's when usually major wars play out. For instance, when you had the Media Persians as a collective hegemony, and they ruled over the what was known as the entirety of the whole planet of the earth, right? Then what the Macedonians, right, got together with some other rebel groups, and they would have had certain infantry from these different nations. Okay, now for the most part, it was Alexandria getting down. Okay, right. But when you read about where all of the different people came from, well, they got down with these different rebel groups and took down Alexander took down Darius the Mede, if I'm not mistaken, within the history. But I know certain times when you have an upheaval, okay, a shifting power, then you have military alliances for multiple rebel encampments, and that's a similar sort of thing that you're having in play out here, okay, within this thing of World War III. Okay, because with this thing of World War III, okay, you're gonna have different groups, right, doing different things, okay, because really that's how it always works out. So you got China involved in there, okay, and you got Russia involved in there, Iran involved in there, Saudi Arabia involved in there, and these are all major players on the World War III thing, okay. China's unleashing the petrol you want, okay. All of these things leading up to one inevitable end, okay, which is all-out breakout, okay. So let's see what we can get out of this one. All right, just give me a second. How you doing? You all right? Good stuff. Okay, so let's see what we can get out of this one. Right. So this is from the RT. It says NATO wants Europe's civilians, right, infrastructure ready for war. Okay. So all the subordinate countries want them ready for war. Okay. So it says NATO needs civilian infrastructure in Europe to meet its growing military requirements. All right. And why do you have a growing military requirements within NATO? Because pretty much they're saying that Russian aggression must be quelled. Okay, and in order to quell Russian aggression, you have to have a NATO presence, a strong NATO presence within the Middle East, within Europe. Okay, so you're talking about Lithuania, Poland, Latvia, that whole border that makes up Russia's border. Well, that's going to be strengthened. That's going to be strong. Okay, and the whole existence of NATO, which was supposed to cease to exist when Russia fell apart, when the USSR fell apart, was this for this very reason. Okay, so it says NATO needs civilian infrastructure in Europe to meet its growing military requirements. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said ahead of meetings in Brussels, and this will mean coordination with national governments and private sectors. Let's read more. All right, so it says Defense Minister from 29 NATO states arrived in Brussels to begin discussions. A revision of NATO command structure. What is envisioned is a new command to protect sea lines between North America, all right, between North America and just see the best way to navigate well, because I'm out here walking, so just bear with me. You can hear the road now. Okay, so it says a revision of NATO command structures. What is envisioned is a new command to protect sea lines from North America, all right, and Europe, and another to improve the movement of troops and equipment within Europe, all right. And so Stoltenberg believes that a revision of the NATO infrastructure is necessary to tackle the alleged, that's the important thing, the alleged, all right, threat from Russia, because this whole thing of a threat from Russia has all been fabricated, really, when you really see how the whole thing popped off. Okay, but hey, it's all prophecy. The scripture says that the Lord was going to drag Russia into that thing, and it was going to go at it back and forth until the whole thing pops up. Okay, so it says this is not only about command. We also need to ensure that roads, bridges are strong enough to take our largest vehicles. Our rail networks are equipped for rapid deployment of tanks and heavy equipment. Okay, and those are all, major war strategies. Okay, and all of these things need to have all these things need to take place in order for them to be, for them to do what they gotta do, man. Okay, all of these things are very necessary. Okay, so let's finish off now with a couple of scriptures dealing with the end all be all, okay, of all of these things. All right, because ultimately, like I said in the beginning, it's all about prophecy. So let's see what the prophecies say as pertaining to these things that are happening within the world right now. So let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Okay. In fact, since I quoted it, let's go to Ezekiel. What is it? The 30th? I'll search it. Okay. Gog, Magog. Right, so this is the one. Right, Ezekiel 38 and 4. It says, I'll turn thee back, talking about Russia, and I'll put hooks into thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling the sword. Okay, and that's what we were talking about. And they're being dragged out into it because what you're seeing from the article, what do they say? The alleged Russian threat. So obviously there's going to be a response that's going to take place by the Russian government because of that. So it says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, all of them with all sorts of armor and helmet. And that's what's happening. And let's finish up within the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Okay, and then call it quits on that. So Isaiah 13, and let's go to 4. Isaiah 13 and 4 says, the noise of multitudes in the mountains like as a great noise. And when this thing pops off, that's exactly what you're going to have. It's going to be like a tumultuous noise, a great noise of multitude gathered together. And as we read within the video I did yesterday, you're also going to have that's going to play out there within the valley of decision. Okay, remember, the scripture says within the book of Revelations how the Lord is going to pour out that spirit up in the river Euphrates. And that's where all of this action is really going to take place, and that's where it's all leading. Okay, if you see the movement of troops, it's all moving in that direction. All right, so let's just finish up this precept right quick. Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand. No, that's not what I'm reading. Yeah, that's it. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Okay, I've commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Oh, there we go. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like it's of a great noise, a people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms and nations gathered together, for the Lord of hosts mustereth up the host of battle. So as you're seeing these things, people think that it's people making the decision to do this. Well, the scripture's telling you here, the Lord, right, he's the one that mustereth up the host of the battle. So with that, I'm going to say, all praises unto Yahweh Shemi Ashai. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. Honor you brothers that be pushing this truth with sincerity. The Lord's will I get to do, and we get to do this again some other time. All right, shalom.